Welcome to the 1 Minute Apologist. 1 Minute Apologist. Apologetics seeks to give credible answers to curious questions, to give a defense. What is the origin of Buddhism? Buddhism today is the world's fourth largest world religion. It harkens back to the 5th or 6th century BC. And today, its influence is so widespread and ubiquitous that some 300 million people claim to be Buddhists. In fact, due to the growth of Asians here in the United States, we have some 500,000 Buddhists here. More than that, Hawaii, their number one state religion is Buddhism. Buddhism is the belief of Tina Turner. It's the belief of Richard Gere. It's also the belief of Phil Jackson. We know that Buddhism is a very influential worldwide religion, and it's imperative for the Christian to be aware of some of their tenets. Now, Buddha was born as Siddhartha Gautama. That was his name, and he was born there in northeastern India near the Nepal region. And Buddha is one of these guys that was born with the prophecy around his birth. Now, let me first say there's a lot of confusion around Buddha and Buddhism for the very fact that it took 400 to 500 years for there to be a complete biography on his life. This allowed for a lot of myths to surface after the death of Buddha. But one thing is certain, that Buddha did exist. And unlike Hinduism, Buddhism can be pointed back to Buddha or Siddhartha Gautama, who received the name Buddha after becoming enlightened. He was born with this prophecy around his life, and the prophecy was this: if he stays in his royal family, because he was born to a king and a queen, he too can become a king. But if he leaves, what can happen is he could become a savior, a way shower. Well, one day he went outside of his castle after being quarantined for his entire life, and he would notice a funeral procession. He saw an old person. He would see sickness and disease, and all of a sudden he realized that this world that he lived in was broken. But he saw a monk who was a beggar, yet he saw a monk with peace, and he thought, that is the model. That's the ideal. If this person can have peace in the midst of this, what is it that he has? So what would happen is Buddha would go off and he would experience enlightenment several years after he would leave his wife and his kids and his family, and he would find enlightenment under a tree. And there he would discover the Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path. And we will look at those in the upcoming episodes. But what we need to realize is this faith was founded on faithlessness, a man who would leave his family.